For daily ask Reddit. Learners of Reddit, what was your way of dealing with loneliness as a kid that you didn't realize until you grew up? If you liked the video, drop a like and subscribe so you never miss a video. I would make scenarios in my mind and kinda go with the motions with the story. Still do this all the time. I've lived thousands of lives. In love that way of putting it. I used to wonder why people hated lineups so much, because I could just go into my mind and roam around in there for all sorts of escape. That all changed when I went through clinical depression and anxiety as well as addiction issues, and being in lineups would trigger a panic attack. Being in my own head was like living inside a Bosch painting, and the last ducking place I wanted to be. It was terrifying in there. I've been sober 1,229 days now, and I can honestly say I like lineups again, and roaming freely through my own mind too. Stay safe out there, friends. I used to play sports all by myself. I'd toss a football up and run to it and pretend I was playing against other people. This makes me really sad. I hope you have a good set of friends now. Thank you, I do. Fortunately I did play organized sport, so I was social. It's just when I got home I didn't want to be around people. My dad wouldn't let me have friends over. Obsessive reading. Like, so much it became a problem. I read in school during class instead of working, through recess, on the bus. I spent every waking moment of my life with my nose in a book. That's why I can't pick up a book unless I'm on vacation or have a few days off. I'm going to Reddit and another and another and another. I'm still in school and everyone there constantly asks me why my nose is in a book. I don't know. Try finding a book of your interest and see how easy it is to put it down. Listening to music pretty much constantly. Yep, mostly this. I discovered that music can tailor one's mood, enhance it, negate it, change it entirely. It's an enormous boon until you fall into depression and can't bear to listen to anything happy or upbeat. So you spend days at a time listening to the darkest shite you can find. Alice in Chains / Dirt, mostly, and it only makes it worse. Walking. I used to walk miles when I was a kid. Realized in my 40s why I did it so much, but now in my 60s I can't do it anymore and it's hard. I walked too and read lots of books. TBH, I wasn't lonely as a kid, I just didn't know anything else. Yeah, I walked a lot, but it was mostly to focus and think. It became a habit over time. I grew up in the country where this was a lot easier. Now it's a little tougher for me to go on long walks without seeing people. Started practicing meditation this year and realized that my long walks were just meditation. Never made the connection until I intentionally started meditating and my brain immediately went to the same space. I used to sleep with all my plush toys, laying them in what I thought were friends groups, all the bears together, the dog and the cat, because they were cousins, etc. I even remember waking up at the middle of the night to face the other side so those who were at my back wouldn't get sad. Oof. I did this too. So many stuffed animals in my bed because I didn't want any of them to feel left out. In middle school, when I had no friends, I brought a stuffed animal in my backpack so I could look at it every time I went to grab a notebook or something to remind myself I wasn't alone. Creating imaginary worlds. I did that all of the time. I'd make up imaginary worlds and stories and then write them down in little book forms. This, of course, backfired when one of my teachers decided to encourage me by making me read one story in front of my second grade class one day, thus making me look even more like a weirdo. Since then I stick to putting my short fiction and fan fiction on the internet, rather than letting my family / friends read it. I'd rather have criticism and praise from strangers, rather than let the people around me see that side of me again. Zoning out and staring at random things. I was always told to stop doing it as a child, but I'm now thankful that I can do it, because it shuts off everything. I can't hear, I can't move, and I can't speak. Just peace. I once glared at someone for 45 minutes during a class, so I've learned to zone out while staring at a window. Immersing myself in an imaginary world. I now realize it was a coping mechanism for my chaotic environment too. I'm 20 and still have it, but I need to let it go because I have a habit of slipping in and out of it when I'm doing essential things. The adult world makes it hard to foster imagination. Become a writer on the side and hone your talent. I can't draw, but have a few imaginary worlds I'd love someone to draw for me via manga. My imaginary world is grounded in reality, so I doubt my writing would be anything interesting. I mainly envision scenarios of how my life or the lives of people close to me could go.